driving into Aviemore to see Idlewild play live. It's been about, I think the last time we saw Idlewild would have been 2010, so it's been a long time since we've seen it live, and I think we're both really looking forward to this gig. But it's in Aviemore, and Aviemore I've kind of got mixed opinions on. It's basically, to me, it always just feels like a service station with a few houses by it, so I wonder if today I'll change my opinion. There's only one way to find out. Now you can see the bridge over there, if you pan round and have a look at it.
Alright.
Now you might think that just looks like an ordinary bridge, but if you then look at the new road on the top there, you can see that the bridge immediately goes into an embankment, making it a tunnel. Now what this is the old A9 that we're on, and this bridge was built in the 1920s, and then when the new road came along in the 80s, they had to expand it, and they ended up turning it into a tunnel, so you get this peculiar situation where you've got a bridge which isn't a bridge anymore because it's only got one side to it. Let's go down and have a look. That's actually quite impressive. So as you can see, you've got the old bridge there going into the new 80s culvert on the other side, complete with an access path. So let's walk through, shall we?
Yeah. I quite like this path. I don't know if it serves any particular purpose, whether people need to come through here, or I suppose you can drive through here really, if you were careful.
If you actually get down from the road anyway.
Yeah.
It feels really windy walking through this.
Yeah, it just kind of funnels through. It must just be a wind trap. Ah.
Is it real or is it outside?
It's a cool shack over there as well. I kind of want to just cross the river somehow and check it out.
We're going to go over there, that's the objective. But unfortunately, there's a bit of a stream to cross. So I'm going to try and do it first without any major catastrophe, hopefully.
Okay, so we've chanced upon this old shack. Now I don't exactly know what it's for. It must have something to do with either that aerial or this little dam type thing. But unusual amongst such things, there's actually nothing stopping us from going in. So we're going to go in and see what it's all about. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Just sacks of old stuff, wire and things. There's a pipe. It just seems to go down quite a bit. Yep. And we've got this door as well. And what could possibly be behind this? Oh. Bear with me a sec. I don't think it's opening properly. Oh. What's that? Yeah. That's neat. You see right down to the bottom. Any guesses what this is for?
I'm guessing something to do with the weir and stuff over there, but I don't know for sure.
There we go. What's that shut? Oh, wait, there's some shit on the wall here. Aidan McKay, 30th of the 4th, 99.
Hey, 15 years ago.
Hey. So, thumbs up on the old shack?
Thumbs up on the old shack.
Excellent. This is my new smartphone gadget type thing, and I used it to go onto the internet. And what I was able to find out was this house, this shack, was originally the residence of a Hector McDougall, who was a famous ranger in these parts. And he lived here with his wife and 4 kids. Angus, Robert, Duncan and Ulysses Cornelius III.
So I'm sitting on a genuine OE bridge. The genuine OE bridge is an Owen Williams 1930s concrete bridge. Now he built quite a lot of them on the A9 route, and this is one of them. This is a Aviemore, and they're quite distinctive, all these bridges. They're all built to a slightly different design, and they all have this kind of futuristic look to them, but they haven't aged very well. And this is on the former A9, which doesn't see much, if any, traffic anymore, apart from people like me. So the only thing to do now is to go down and have a look, but if we come over here, you can see the really old General Wade Bridge in the distance as well.
Hey, this is kind of, I see what you mean about it looking sort of futuristic for its time. It almost looks like a catamaran, wouldn't you agree?
It's strange, you've got this big concrete structure here, but it's kind of hexagonal rather than circular, and it's got these weird cutwaters, and like I say, I think it was designed, it looks like it should be futuristic, but it hasn't aged well, so it kind of looks like the future's been abandoned, if you could interpret it that way.
Yeah, that's the problem with concrete, it doesn't weather very well. It would have been pristine in its day, I imagine, but it's just sort of got that lumpy crap and erosion on it.
You get all the crusty bits of where the concrete's starting to peel. But yeah, Owen Williams was famed for his concrete bridge design and doing unique things with them to make them look interesting. So it's good to see that it still exists, it hasn't been torn down or anything like that. So I give this place a thumbs up purely on the engineering, historic aspect values.
I like it too, I'd give it a thumbs up as well. Not to take anything away from the man though, but Owen Williams sounds like the kind of name you'd get in Take That or some other boy band.
Well, you just had to ruin it with your stupidity, didn't you? For shame.
So we thought we'd take a wee detour to the Falls of Truim, which is just slightly off the old A9 which we've been travelling down at Aviemore. As you can see, it's quite impressive. Goes all the way down there. Lovely old bridge up there as well. This is quite typical of a lot of waterfalls in this part of Scotland, where it's really, really rocky. I couldn't tell you what the rock's made of, but it erodes in this lovely sort of way.
We're about to cross this bridge over the River Spey. Looks like an old military style of bridge. And there we go, that's the A9 up ahead. And we're on our way to Ruthven Barracks.
And that is Ruthven Barracks appearing right in front of us there. I'm excited, I've always wanted to come here.
Here we're at the Ruthven Barracks. Somewhere I've been meaning to visit for a long time. I've always seen it by the side of the A9 and thought it looked interesting, and I believe it dates back to...
Oh no. This is my jurisdiction, not yours. You can take your bridges and your transport infrastructure and you know where to put them. Look at the bloody bridge.
Hey, hold on, that's the new Spey Bridge over there.
Who cares about it? This is Ruthven Barracks, this is history. Right, okay, this current structure here is the last of three that were believed to have been built on this site, and it was built in 1719 at the end of the Jacobite uprising, which started in 1750. And it was part of a strategic defence initiative in the Highlands, but it was overrun in 1746 at the end of the Battle of Culloden by Bonnie Prince Charlie and his forces, who were retreating backwards. They stayed here a little while until they realised that resistance was futile before burning it to the ground and scattering. If you want to know anything else about the other castles, the first one was built in 1229, I believe, and was the residence of the Wolf of Badenoch, who was the first Earl of Buchan in the 1400s. He was the man who famously burnt down Elgin Cathedral. I think it was destroyed sometime in the 1400s, but rebuilt in 1459, and it was destroyed again by Jacobites in 1689 by Bonnie Dundee, who was from Dundee and led the famous Jacobite uprising at the end of the 1700s. So yeah, it's in remarkably good condition for, even though it was burnt down, more or less stayed. The original height of 3 floors, which is a testament to how tough they built these fortifications.
It is a very impressive structure, and a lot of it remains, which I'm quite impressed by. There's lots of rooms you can see inside, and we'll give you a quick tour of those after the bridge.
Oh! So that's what Ruthven Barracks would have looked like in its heyday. Yeah, it was garrison of redcoats. And yeah, there doesn't appear to be the stables at the back, but oh well. Yep, so to put it in perspective on the map of Scotland, that is where we are. Yep, Culloden was up there, and here's some other fortifications that were built around about the same time.
Well, it looks like they had a well here. Presumably they had their own fresh water supply on the barracks.
Handy thing to have.
Right. And over there is the soldiers' latrines, which links into the water quite nicely. I'll be right back. Don't follow me in here.
I suppose, fair enough.
Oh yeah. Been that fish for ages.
So here we are in one of the rooms. Obviously the floors have come away. These square sections would have been where the beams would have went to support each floor. But yeah, quite a high building, 3 stories high, and that is the fireplace that would have, it's a chimney that would have supplied the whole thing with heat. So there's the entranceway. Now, there might be a little problem with this entranceway, as you'll soon see. Yep.
So the people were much smaller back then.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, but what probably has happened is, as this place has been abandoned, the ground level has risen here. Let's go through. There's another one. Well, this one seems better preserved as a sort of chimney column.
Different fireplaces and different stories
Yeah,
here.
this one's in much better nick. Yep. And we've got an amusing picture here.
There are comedic faces. They all seem to be grinning. That guy is grinning. That guy is grinning. He's grinning.
Yeah, he looks like something out of Happy Days. What do you think?
It's strange to think what he looks like. He just looks a bit mutated.
And why is this bloke bald when everyone wore wigs in those days?
Maybe he was just letting it go gracefully.
Military life could be tough at times, but if you had a view like that to come out to every day, I think you could just about get through.
We're above the prison cell.
Yeah. No obvious entrance other than the one that we're standing on.
Oh well, down you go.
That was staged for the storm and
You're right.
prison now.
Yep, and there's no easy way down, 'cause that's a substantial drop down there. Oh well. See you next year. Escape from prison.
Well, this is a nice, gentle, yet stunning part of sort of Speyside on the way up to Aviemore. Lovely little loch and a nice wee picture postcard church over there. Absolutely fantastic. Now, the last thing we're doing is going to go and see another identical Owen Williams bridge over there. It looks exactly like the Catamaran one. Coming to a cinema near you in 2015, an Owen Williams film, Catamaran 2. This time is personal.
Now as you can see, we're at another Owen Williams bridge, and this one is identical in design to the one at Ruthven Barracks, as they were both built on the same contract. And as you can see, it's another concrete bridge, it's the same hexagonal shape to its archways. But this one is in a much more secluded spot by the edge of this beautiful loch. But it's very kind of boggy and overgrown down here, so you don't get the same impression of the structure as you do at Aviemore. So when I say that Aviemore is basically just a service station with houses, this is what I mean by that. So we're at Aviemore station, and it's a very nice station. It's been done really, really well, I think. But one thing ruins it. If you look straight down here, you get this lovely view, all painted red and white in classic colours. And you get that stupid recycling centre fucking it all up and making it look ugly.
It does take away from the rustic feel. These clear plastic bins, I can see what they're on about, but
It's
They
ruined
stick
the
it.
charm of it.
They should stick it around the back.
Yeah,
where,
stick it on the car park side where you're not going to see that.
yeah, where you
So
can't
you're
ruin
waiting
it
for
any more than it is.
You're waiting for the train, you got that to look at.
They had the one thing in Aviemore which they did well and they screwed it up. Oh well. Why don't we go on a steaming vintage Highland tour instead?
It doesn't go very far because they get so far in the viaduct's missing, so it stops at Broomhill.
Aviemore, Boat of Garton, Broomhill. Oh, this tashy train driver individual looks happy enough with it.
Except he's driving a car, which looks like it's been crumpled up badly due to the way the post is crumpled.
It does. He tried to get out the picture but crashed in the invisible wall that divides this dimension from the next.
Friday curry night at Mackenzie's Highland Inn. Homemade curry and a pint, just £10.
Introducing Stuart Bunce, everybody. So we've just come out of the Idlewild gig. Perhaps one of the more unique and interesting experiences of any Idlewild gig I've been to, and for that reason it's one of my favourites. What would you think, Andrew?
Yes, I didn't know what to expect kind of going in, but all the songs were really nicely done in that kind of sort of semi-acoustic way. They introduced the new band members who fit in really well and added something new to the sound. Just a great night all round.
And Stuart?
Yeah, it was alright.
Highlights would be The Space Between All Things, Too Long Awake, all the new stuff. I think Roseability was done really well. Anything where they kind of rearranged the song and did it slightly differently, to me, worked really nicely.
I liked El Capitan, I have to admit, and so apparently did most of the crowd.
That got a pretty good reception.
Yeah, El Capitan got a very good reception. I very much enjoyed that one. Quiet Crown, always the highlights of any Idlewild show.
Bronze medals.
Bronze medal,
That's
yeah.
very good.
You have the set list there, don't you?
I have the set lists.
What do we get?
Discourage, welcome home, world in your arms, bronze medal, nothing I can do, hiding place, space between, love at the end, good night. Too long awake, love still, just quiet crowd, so many things, Roseability, El Capitan, American English, remote.
In the encore with a cover version.
Bob Dylan, I shall be released.
That was...
Which is very apt because tomorrow morning we shall be released from the hell holidays, Mackenzie's Highland Inn.
There we go, giving it a rave review. In fact, the gig gets a rave review and apparently this hotel doesn't.
It gets a rave review, the hotel's fucking shite.
And the fish and chips. Decent.
Yeah,
Decent.
good food.
And now we have to drive back to Dundee, so it's been a pleasure seeing you again. It's always good to see you.
Always a pleasure, Simon.
Take it easy.
I feel like I know you better.
yeah, why not?
There's less violence.
To be like this when you're somewhere that's as cold as this. You were always meant to be like this in the cold. Nothing but your eyes looking down on the fireplace. Nothing but.
Okay, contrary to previous comments I may have made, I would like to go on record to say the gig was more than just alright. It was absolutely fantastic. Always good to see Idlewild, and very much worth the 8 hours travelling today and the 8 hours travelling back tomorrow. Thank you very much, Idlewild.